Good day, Filipinos. Be alert. Some countries are now starting to tighten their borders, and if you're an OFW or planning to work abroad, this is something you need to know. In this video, we'll reveal 10 countries that might ban or restrict Filipinos in 2025 due to overstaying, labor issues, and new immigration rules. This isn't a total ban yet, but there are warning signs you shouldn't ignore. So make sure to watch until the end to stay updated and avoid future problems. But wait, kabayans. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe and click the notification bell for the growth and development of our channel. Thank you very much for your support. Let's get started. Number 10. Australia, one of the top destinations for Filipino students and workers, is now raising eyebrows with its recent immigration moves. Reports show a growing number of overstaying cases involving foreign nationals, including Filipinos. Because of this, the Australian government has begun tightening its visa regulations, especially for tourists and students. What used to be a flexible pathway for Filipinos to enter and eventually work in Australia is now under strict monitoring. Authorities have also flagged the misuse of student visas. Some are allegedly being used as a stepping stone to unauthorized employment. This has led to more aggressive verification processes and tougher requirements before a visa is even approved. Worse, there have been rising concerns about labor exploitation involving migrant workers, and that includes some Filipinos. While Australia hasn't officially banned Filipinos, the signs are clear. Policies are shifting fast. And if these trends continue, it could soon become one of the least accessible countries for aspiring OFWs. Number 9. Japan. Known for its discipline, safety, and world-class work environment, has long been a dream destination for many Filipinos. But lately, a quiet shift is happening. While the country still needs foreign workers, especially under technical intern training programs, Japan is becoming more selective and strict with who they allow in. Why? Because several trainee programs have reportedly been abused, not just by employers, but also by some foreign applicants. This has pushed the Japanese government to review their entire trainee system, aiming to tighten their selection process and ensure only those who are well qualified, well documented, and with clear intentions can enter. Unfortunately, Filipinos are also under this microscope. There have been cases involving contract violations, overstaying, and complaints of poor working conditions. Some Filipino trainees themselves have spoken out, and the Japanese media and government are taking notice. This isn't a ban just yet, but make no mistake, if these issues persist, Japan may soon start limiting or even denying Filipino applications under certain categories. So if you're dreaming of working in the land of the rising sun, now is the time to prepare carefully, follow the rules, and make sure everything is in proper order. Number 8. Canada, often seen as one of the most welcoming countries in the world, has long opened its doors to Filipino workers, especially under caregiving, hospitality, and skilled trades. But in 2025, the landscape is quietly shifting. Behind the polite smiles and maple leaves, Canada is dealing with rising competition among foreign workers. With more countries targeting Canadian job markets and a growing number of applicants from around the world, Filipinos now face stiffer competition just to get noticed. More importantly, changes in the temporary foreign worker program are starting to take effect. These include stricter requirements, reduced job openings, and more localized hiring preferences. The government is pushing employers to hire Canadians first, meaning fewer slots are available for international hires, especially in non-essential sectors. To make matters even more uncertain, there are rising concerns over labor abuse cases and immigration backlogs, pushing authorities to tighten screening. While there's no direct ban on Filipinos, the trend is clear. Canada is becoming more cautious and selective, and any misstep, whether by agencies or individual applicants, could lead to tighter restrictions in the future. So if you're planning to work in Canada soon, this is your signal to prepare better than ever. Stronger credentials, clean records, and following immigration rules to the letter, because this friendly country might not stay as open as it used to be. Number 7. The United States, a dream destination for millions of Filipinos. But in 2025, the so-called land of opportunity is starting to feel more like a land of uncertainty for those hoping to enter. The US has become much stricter with tourist and immigration visas. Many Filipinos are now facing tighter background checks, especially first-time travelers. But that's not the only concern. There are increasing reports of Filipinos being denied entry at US ports, even with valid visas. The reason? Suspicion of working illegally. This means that even if you're just visiting for tourism or to see family, if an immigration officer suspects you plan to work without proper authorization, you can be sent home immediately. The pressure is mounting because of past issues involving overstaying, undocumented workers, and TNTs or Tago ng Tago. As a result, U.S. immigration is now extra cautious with Filipino travelers, even those with complete documents. Still, this isn't a total ban, yet. The key is to be fully prepared, honest about your intentions, and never trust illegal recruiters or shortcuts. Because in today's immigration landscape, one wrong move could cost you the chance to step foot in the country you've always dreamed of. Number 6. South Korea, the land of K-pop, K-dramas, and endless job opportunities. It's no wonder thousands of Filipinos dream of working or visiting here every year. But behind the glitz and glam, 2025 is shaping up to be a tougher year for Pinoys aiming to enter this country. Why? Because South Korea is getting stricter than ever with visa violators and overstayers. Filipino travelers who overstay their allowed time or work under unauthorized conditions are now being closely monitored and tracked by immigration. The South Korean government isn't taking these issues lightly. Mass deportations of undocumented Filipinos, or TNTs, happen regularly, especially during crackdowns and surprise raids. Many of these stories never reach the headlines, but for those affected, the consequences are life-changing. Worse, once you're blacklisted, getting another Korean visa, even years later, becomes almost impossible. Still, it's not a total shutdown. South Korea continues to welcome skilled workers and tourists, but only those who follow the rules. So if you're planning to go, double-check your documents, stay updated on policies, and don't risk it with illegal means. In a country this strict, even a small mistake can get you kicked out, for good. Wow, we're halfway through the video. Kabayans, I hope you enjoy our story and new knowledge. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Let's support the growth and development of our channel, so we can continue to share this kind of content that is sure to entertain and educate us all. Thank you very much for your support, and we will continue until the end. Number 5. Singapore, one of the top destinations for OFWs because of its high salaries, safe environment, and disciplined society. But in 2025, things may be taking a different turn for Filipinos seeking opportunities here. Now, the government has become stricter in issuing employment passes, especially for low-skilled workers. Many employers are also struggling to renew the working visas of some OFWs due to new regulations aimed at prioritizing jobs for local Singaporeans. Another major factor is the rapid rise of job automation. Many roles once done by people are now being replaced by machines or AI, and often, Filipinos in the service and manufacturing sectors are among the first to feel the impact. While it may not be a direct ban, tightened requirements and shrinking opportunities are starting to feel just as restrictive. So for Filipinos planning to work in Singapore, it's important to think twice and plan carefully. Because next year, your chances might be even slimmer. Number 4. Malaysia, one of the Philippines' closest neighbors in Southeast Asia. Malaysia has long been home to thousands of Filipinos, especially in the region of Sabah. But in 2025, the atmosphere is starting to shift, and it's not looking good for many migrant workers. First of all, crackdowns on overstaying and undocumented Filipinos have intensified. As early as 2024, a series of raids took place in Sabah, where many Filipinos were arrested and forcibly deported. Authorities have become more aggressive in hunting down what they refer to as illegal migrants. Secondly, there's an old issue that continues to cast a shadow: the territorial dispute over Sabah. Some Malaysian officials believe that the large presence of Filipinos in the region adds tension to an already sensitive matter. While it's not an official reason, many speculate that this conflict is fueling stricter immigration policies targeting Filipinos. And lastly, Malaysia has begun implementing tighter requirements for foreign workers, stricter background checks, more documentation, and fewer available job slots for non-Malaysians. All of these point to one clear message: Malaysia may be slowly closing its doors, especially to Filipinos working in informal sectors. It's not a declared ban, not yet, but with everything that's happening, it's as if Malaysia is quietly saying, not anymore. Number 3. Qatar, a country known for its wealth, mega projects, and thousands of OFWs working in construction, service, and domestic sectors. But behind the nation's glitzy image, there are growing signs that things might get tougher for Filipinos in 2025. First of all, Qatar has a history of bans related to Filipino domestic workers. For years, there's been tension between the Philippines and Qatar over working conditions and the treatment of household staff. In several instances, the Philippine government has issued temporary deployment bans to protect workers, but these have also strained labor agreements, which could lead to longer-term consequences. Secondly, after major global events like the FIFA World Cup, Qatar began tightening its immigration policies. Now that the massive infrastructure boom is over, the demand for foreign workers is declining, and the country is becoming far more selective about who gets to stay or enter. And third, international pressure continues to mount on Qatar to reform its labor system, and it's usually migrant workers who bear the brunt of these policy shifts. For Filipinos, especially in low-skilled job sectors, requirements are getting stricter, competition is rising, and opportunities are shrinking. While Qatar hasn't issued an official ban, the trend is clear: stricter policies, fewer openings, and a growing sense that the door may soon close. And if this continues, Qatar could become one of the next countries where Filipinos find it harder, if not impossible, to work. Number 2. Kuwait, a country with a long history of welcoming OFWs, especially domestic workers. But in recent years, its relationship with the Philippines has grown colder, and by 2025, signs are pointing toward a possible full separation. First, in 2023 and 2024, the Philippine government imposed a deployment ban on household workers bound for Kuwait due to multiple maltreatment cases, some tragically ending in the deaths of OFWs. Although the ban was temporarily lifted, the trauma and diplomatic strain between the two countries remain unresolved. Second, diplomatic relations between the Philippines and Kuwait are still far from stable. There have been reports of failed negotiations, a lack of transparency in handling OFW cases, and repeated violations of agreements meant to protect Filipino workers. Because of this, trust between both governments has significantly weakened. Third, some officials in Kuwait have made public statements favoring a tighter grip on foreign labor. With that kind of sentiment, it wouldn't be surprising if Kuwait eventually says, no more, especially if they feel Filipino workers bring more problems than benefits. The result, a country that once warmly welcomed Filipinos may now be one of the riskiest places to go in 2025. And unless the strained relationship improves soon, what began as a temporary ban could very well turn into a permanent block. Number 1. Saudi Arabia, the number one destination for OFWs around the world. It's a land where countless stories of sacrifice, success, and resilience were born. But behind all the dreams and opportunities, there are warning signs that in 2025, the door may start to close for some Filipinos. First, the number of deportations involving undocumented OFWs has remained consistently high. Over the past few years, hundreds, even thousands, have been arrested and forcibly sent home due to expired visas, missing legal documents, or involvement in minor offenses. There's no grace period, no exceptions. Second, Saudi Arabia is known for having one of the strictest systems when it comes to residency and work permits. When they implement new rules, they enforce them without compromise, and often, foreign workers like Filipinos are among the first to feel the impact. Third, there have been multiple reports of mass repatriations in recent years, especially as the government pushes forward with Saudization, a national policy that aims to prioritize Saudi citizens in jobs previously held by foreign workers. If this continues, thousands of OFWs in the labor and service sectors could be displaced. In short, there may not be an official ban yet, but the message is loud and clear: opportunities for Filipinos in Saudi Arabia are shrinking. And as 2025 unfolds, the land of opportunity could easily become one of the first to shut its doors. In today's world, having dreams isn't enough. You also need to know what challenges might be waiting ahead. As more countries tighten their borders and labor policies, being informed, prepared, and proactive has never been more important. This video isn't meant to scare you, but rather to open your eyes. Because sometimes, the truth, even when uncomfortable, is the first step toward making the right decision. So whether you're already working abroad, have family overseas, or are planning to apply soon, always stay updated on new policies and ready for any changes that might come your way. Because in the world of overseas work, one policy can change everything. Stay safe, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you like our video, just comment in the comment section what we talk about next. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also click the notification bell so that you always be updated in our newly uploaded video.